Hello everyone! Welcome to join me in learning the tea processing course. I am your instructor, Xiong Ken. In previous lessons, we studied the quality characteristics and processing features of green tea, white tea, yellow tea, and king tea. In the upcoming lessons, we will explore black tea, including its production and sales status, quality characteristics, and processing technology. Today, we will first learn about the production and sales status of black tea. Black tea is the most widely consumed tea category globally, with the largest distribution of consumer groups. The quality of black tea varies depending on its origin, resulting in different characteristics and flavors. China is the world's earliest producer and processor of black tea, and is considered the birthplace of black tea. In the early 16th century, Sichuan black tea was invented in the Huayi Mountains of Fujian. In 1610, black tea was first exported to the Netherlands and subsequently shipped to countries such as the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. By the 18th century, as black tea production expanded and prices became more affordable, its consumer base shifted from royalty to the general public, becoming an indispensable beverage in the lives of people in countries like the United Kingdom and the Netherlands. Additionally, the British transported large quantities of black tea from Xiamen, Guangzhou, and other regions in China. Apart from meeting domestic demand, they also shipped substantial amounts to American colonies and resold it to countries like Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Spain, and Hungary. The dissemination of Chinese black tea products, production technologies, and culture to various countries and regions around the world promoted the flourishing development of global black tea production, trade, and consumption. In the mid-18th century, based on the production technology of Sichuan black tea, China developed the more refined Gongfu black tea processing technology, leading black tea production and trade to an unprecedented peak and dominating the global black tea production and sales stage. Anhui's Keemun black tea has a long history and exceptional quality, renowned in international markets as the most fragrant. Hunnan's Shanhong has vast production areas, and its output once held a significant position nationwide. Fujian's Minhong varies in quality depending on the regional varieties, with distinctions such as Tangyang Gongfu, Beiling Gongfu, and Zhenghe Gongfu. Jiangxi's Ninghong, Hubei's Yihong, Taiwan's Taihong, and Yunnan's Dianhong all have long histories and remain key products of China's traditional Gongfu black tea to this day. Before the 1880s, Chinese black tea held a monopoly in global black tea production and trade. In 1886, China's tea export volume sharply increased to 134,100 tons, accounting for approximately 82% of the world's total tea exports, with black tea exports reaching 100,000 tons. By the 1890s, due to the substantial profits from the tea trade, countries such as the Netherlands and the United Kingdom grew desensitized with China's monarchy and began cultivating Chinese tea plants and producing black tea in their colonies, including India and Sri Lanka. This marked the beginning of the rise of other black tea producing countries such as India, Sri Lanka, Kenya, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Turkey. In the early 20th century, broken black tea gradually replaced Gongfu black tea, becoming the main product in the international tea market. After the 1950s, the invention of processing machinery such as rotuvane, CTC, and LTP significantly promoted the development of broken black tea. Throughout the 20th century, the proportion of CTC broken black tea continuously increased, while traditionally processed broken black tea products gradually declined. And the share of Gongfu black tea in the international tea market also decreased steadily. To adapt to changes in the international tea market, China began large-scale trial production of broken black tea in the 1950s at 6 tea plantations: Yingde in Guangdong, Menhai in Yunnan, Xinsheng in Sichuan, Bajiao in Hubei, Wenjiang in Hunan, and Furong in Jiangsu. Simultaneously, specialized processing machinery for broken black tea was developed, gradually forming a system for broken black tea manufacturing technology and quality standards, laying a solid foundation for China's broken black tea production. Due to the geographical mismatch between global black tea production and consumption, black tea holds a dominant position in international tea trade. Currently, countries such as India, Kenya, and Sri Lanka are the world's primary black tea producers and exporters, accounting for approximately 60% of global black tea production. The United States, Russia, and the United Kingdom are the world's main black tea importers and consumers. World black tea trade is primarily conducted through auctions, with large tea auction centers established in major black tea exporting countries, such as India, Kenya, and Sri Lanka. In contrast, China's black tea exports face significant constraints. From 2005 to the present, China's tea exports have shown a slight increasing trend, surpassing the 300,000-ton mark. In 2009, in 2013, China's tea export volume reached 325,800 tons, with an export value of $1.247 billion, representing year-on-year increases of 3.92% and 19.64%, respectively, setting new historical records. In contrast, during the same period, China's black tea exports faced disadvantages in competition with other major black tea producing countries, such as Kenya, India, and Sri Lanka, coupled with domestic constraints, leading to a continuous decline in export volume. From 40,000 tons in 2008, exports decreased to 32,900 tons in 2013, causing significant challenges for many black tea export enterprises. Meanwhile, robust domestic demand for black tea has driven a continuous increase in China's domestic black tea sales, effectively offsetting the decline in exports and stimulating year-on-year growth in black tea production. The proportion of domestically sold black tea has risen annually. The rapid development of China's domestic black tea market has fundamentally changed the long-standing reliance on exports. In this lesson, we briefly explored the production and sales status of black tea. Why is black tea so popular worldwide? In the next lesson, we will delve into the quality characteristics of black tea. That's all for today's lesson. Goodbye, everyone.